As they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. We've got a top 25 showdown in this one, both teams with an opportunity to get a statement victory. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Rebels will put toe together and we'll get started. That is not the way you want to start with the kickoff goal. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the middle. And the flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line gets set, first down. Wide receiver shows motion. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
They'll throw it on first down. And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Looking to throw, it's Manning. He makes the connection. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The number one job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. But my number one job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
He's going to take off. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
One of the things I love about Bootleg's, the former quarterback, is it's sort of a run-pass option yourself, right? You're given the choice and the freedom out in space to just do what the defense is not ready for. And that time, everybody covered in the back end, but no one there accounting for the quarterback. So go get as many yards as you can. Nice job.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And when you run that screen, it takes a lot more time to develop because those offensive linemen, remember, they're going to block, release, and go get somebody. Quarterback's got to get rid of that ball a lot faster when you're running those screen plays.
Safe completion on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Complete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And that inside linebacker showing you the speed and the recognition. He saw a gap and saw a crease and a free path to the quarterback, and woo, he took it.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking for a man. It's Manning. He's got it down the middle. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's held. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it 1 high safety? Is it 2 high safeties? Instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Looking to buy time. Lets it fly. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown Longhorns! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. They're just about ready to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Send the offense onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive.
And it's picked off.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point and he was able to come away with the pick.
Off the play fake on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You got to catch that and make that a pick.
How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. To the air. It's Manning. Firing to the right, complete. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision.
And as an offense, that's just why you sticks in these types of situations. 3rd in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that 3rd down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Makes the grab over the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. On the run, still looking. He'll pull it down. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gains.
It's so hard to defend these guys. You know, it's 1st and 10. Everything's available to you. You don't know if it's run or pass, and then you add in the scrambling element with the quarterback. He does a great job scrambling outside, getting outside the pocket, and then at the end of the play, not taking a hit, getting a 1st down, new set of downs for the offense.
Motion, trying to get the defense to show his hand. Using his feet to buy time. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Showing the arm strength to the left. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Texas! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Texas.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Offense ready to go back to work. Getting late here in the 1st half, they'll have a chance to make this a 1-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down to...
It's a fumble! And the defense has it. Everybody reverse skate.
And the unthinkable just happens. You're the offense. You're trailing in this game late in the 1st half. You're trying to be aggressive. You're trying to put some points on the board, but you can't turn the ball over. And now all of a sudden they've given it back, and there's an opportunity for the opponent now to widen their lead.
Extending the play. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll line up for a 2nd down play.
Get set, get set.
To throw, it's Manning. Pocket starts to collapse. Fires downfield. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete.
I think oftentimes for a quarterback, accuracy goes down a little bit when you're not thrown from the position. Every time you scramble, every time you start running, really got to make sure that all of your fundamentals are in check. And that time, the quarterback just got a little bit out of whack, and that affected the accuracy on that throw.
Unloads it left. Lost, the defense is wide open. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to...
And he's got it! Touchdown, Longhorns!
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're going into it because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but...
Welcome to Athens, Georgia. Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. Today, a top 25 matchup on hand, two of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Use the play fake, now to throw. Still looking, on the move. He's going to go for a big one. Got his man on the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Apparently, line number 1 on the game plan, attack now. Immediately.
And this quarterback, he smelt it. He knew he had an opportunity. This is a guy who loves taking shots any chance he has. You saw it on that first play of the game.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great job by the quarterback throwing against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. After the missed connection, it's third down for this offense. Back to pass, it's Beck. He turns that loose down the right side. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on. But with the defense getting that stop on fourth down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Quarterback adapted. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this one.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll run the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time, the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Comes out throwing on first down. Dances away. At the 20, he's got space. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, for this defense now, being good against the pass is not just going to be in the back end covering people. It's going to be trying to contain this guy at the quarterback position. He is lethal, especially when things go off script. And you saw it on that one. First down, they dial up the pass play. You're not able to get him on the ground, and now they've gotten another first down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure, and he knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field for a first down. Well done.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown tie.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And he tags on the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Bell. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it.
It's complete. A huge pickup. Off he goes. set for the point after. Splits the uprights. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll bring it back looking for help. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First down here for the offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing, looking to scramble. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play.
Just a really nice job defensively, too, not giving up on the play, right? You didn't sack him initially, but guys were still in hot pursuit and chasing. And this front seven defensively, they've got a lot of speed and athleticism, and they're able to stay on the quarterback's heels and force him out of bounds for a loss.
Takes a hit as he fires. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Get it out on the screen. Oh, what a move! He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held onto it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be checked down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, if you're rolling out, you're cutting the field.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And that pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Look, that interception is not the quarterback's fault. It's those dumb coaches for putting him in the game.
Putting him in that position in the first place, right? I'll tell you what, let's give the defender some credit here. I think Reese, he just wanted the ball more. He did a great job in coverage, watching the QB.
He's got it down the right side. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
Hey, the defense knew coming into this. Have done nothing to stop him. They don't have any answers. This guy already has over 100 yards receiving, and we're not even done the half.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Moving out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Wide receivers, you know, they might at least have a hint of diva in them, right? Like they're always open, aren't they, according to them? And I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback because when they do throw that hand up there, you want to throw them the football. You want them to have confidence. You want to force feed them. You want them to really have that confidence at an all-time high. Sometimes you force them a little bit too much. The defense takes advantage like they did right there.
On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Here comes the offense on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. A little screen to the running back.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Now the play fake. Now improvising. Pass on the way. It's picked off. At the 40, there he goes. Takes it the other way. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Georgia. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake.
He's going to let it go. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Right down the gut of the field. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Bama.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
Let's see what he can do with the return. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. First down here for the offense. They'll go to the ground. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Beck. Fires to the big fella. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Offense gets set for second. Pulls it in. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. They'll immediately call timeout. And the Dogs will line it up on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Trying to beat the D deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
I feel like the defense right now is living rent-free in this QB's head. Of course, they picked him off the last drive. They almost picked him off right there. This defense doing a nice job mixing up their looks, and they're completely confusing.
Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Trying to take it back. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The back goes in motion. To the air on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. He's looking on the right side. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to move it through the air. Right down the middle. Tight end getting vertical. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Going deep. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Alabama 24, Georgia 14.
I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Back to throw, it's back. They're bringing heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, that's not Lamar Jackson back there scrambling around. This is a guy the defense felt like if we can get him out of the pocket and flush him, we can get after him and chase him, bring him down. And they did that one pretty easy there, getting the sack.
They'll run play action. He rifles one deep down the right side. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Out of the gun to give to the back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He'll do it himself. He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a first down.
In an offense, if you're going to be successful running the ball, and I don't care who it is carrying it, you've got to have receivers that are willing to block. You've got to have guys that are willing to get involved. How about the receiver here on the stock block going and picking off that safety?
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside.
He's getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Off play action. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
Looking for a man. It's back. Looking for an open area to his left. He'll be stopped just short the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
defense just spent a whole lot of energy, too. That was a long play. That developed and took time, and they were pursuing, and they weren't able to get him initially. So you got dudes huffing and puffing and sucking wind, and this
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. They marched 72 yards and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. After that, latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's
Nothing but green ahead. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
this guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Off play action on first down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. Trying play action. Forced out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Back to throw, it's Milroe. Got it set up on the outside. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
He wants to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. On the move at the 30. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job. Nice execution. First down.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! They move on top here in the 4th. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Looking to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be thrown to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's back. Quickly complete. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Makes the grab. It's Etienne. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
What a great job by the quarterback working through his progressions here. In a 2-minute situation, he doesn't force it down the field if it's not open. Check it down to your back, let him go to work, and he comes up with a huge play.
They get him down after he makes the catch.
Well, they don't pick up the first down there, but in this 2-minute situation, they need their quarterback to be decisive, to be accurate, and make really good decisions, and we'll see what he's able to do as they inch closer and closer towards the goal line.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Etienne. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out.
What a great individual effort here in this 2-minute situation. He makes the catch in the middle of the field. He knows he's got to find a way to stop the clock. The only way to do that is to get out of bounds. He uses his speed and his vision, and he's able to elude the defense to save some time.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
Buys a little time with his feet. Got enough space. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. And now they've decided to go for 2. A gutsy call, and the game likely to be decided right here. Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left.
Timeout, Georgia.
Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Wants to throw. It's back. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He will get there, and they take the lead with a 2-point conversion. What a gutsy call. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the returner goes down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So the first order of business here, David, is don't knock yourself out of field goal range.
Correct. Don't take the sack. Don't get a negative play. But if I can be aggressive, Palmer, I'm still trying to go to the end zone to get the immediate dub.
And take as much pressure off of your kicker as you possibly can. You just got to wonder what he's thinking right now. Lots of pressure on him.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Moves around to clear up the vision. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's picked off for the third time today. And they capitalize not